Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday the 13th is International Plant Appreciation Day, so I appreciate plants. International Special Librarians Day, National Make Lunch Count Day. You know how you can make lunch count? With Peach Cobbler. It's National Peach Cobbler Day. It's also National Scrabble Day. We never play that, do we?
I don't think I have ever played Scrabble in my life.
Oh, you haven't? We should play it sometime. It's fun. Here's the thing you would like the most about it. You could just make up words and try to convince people. No, that's really a word.
I think they make you look it up in a dictionary.
There's no vowels in that. Also, Sunday, Air Force Reserve Birthday on the 14th. What else do we have? Dream of Reason Feast Day. Okay. International Leaven Bread Day. I don't know if I said that right. Kids Yoga Day. Look Up at the Sky Day. That was actually last week, wasn't it? That was Eclipse Day. National Perfume Day, Pecan Day, Pan American Day, Gardening Day, Ex-Spouse Day. So send your ex something nice. All of that. And I do have a guest joining me, Lisa Whelchel from Facts of Life, from Survivor.
I remember
and from
her.
Collector's Call on MeTV. Season 5 is getting underway. We're going to chat with her all about that coming up.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Do you believe in karma? What goes around comes around? If so, you're
I
not.
kind of do.
You're far from alone. A new survey found 84% of people believe in some sort of what goes around comes around. What you put out into the world comes back to smack you in the noggin. Or it comes back to, pat you on the head and say, good boy. According to a one-poll survey of 2,000 adults in the United States, this belief in good deeds being rewarded seems contagious. Another says 84% say they actively try to pay it forward by being nice because they feel like, hey, it's going to come back. I'm going to get that back. Respondents also attributed bad relationships, 34%, losing something, 27%, and arguments, 27%, with these bad vibes. Back to the positives, though. The most commonly reported way of paying it forward is what, Heidi?
I have no idea.
Including treating loved ones to something special, giving a generous tip, and helping a neighbor with something like carrying in their groceries or shoveling their snow or mowing their lawn or one of those things.
Just don't do the coffee thing where you're paying for the... It's so annoying. You're paying for the car behind me.
Well, I've got more details on this very lengthy survey in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that almost everyone wears jeans, but as it turns out, maybe we shouldn't.
Oh.
Especially
As I'm sitting here in jeans.
Especially the new fast fashion type. Fast fashion jeans differ from traditional jeans in their quick disposal. They're low quality and they get tossed very quickly. They're only worn a few times and then they're trash.
What?
Yeah, apparently.
This must be something new.
I don't know. There's a research out of Guangdong University Technology in China. I don't know if I said any of that right. Anyway, they say the environmental wear and tear of these pants, like they get ripped and stretched and torn very easily, it makes it bad. They say jeans production and transportation contributes to 91% of the carbon footprint of fast fashion consumption. So not of everything, but of this. Most of it is these jeans that are not so great. So if you want to read all the details much more slowly than I just did, you can find them in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com. Disney has confirmed the release dates for the next batch of films like Toy Story 5,
Really?
And a Star Wars spinoff, The Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't know if I said that right. Is it Grogu?
I really don't know. I don't
Set
follow
for
Disney.
Summer of 2026. The studio confirmed the Mandalorian thing is going to hit May 22nd of 2026. Toy Story 5 will be June 19th, 2026. So, and there's a new Moana. It's expected to come out in July of 2026 instead of 2025 like they planned. And it's an end of an era. Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune
That's so sad.
recorded his final show as the host of the iconic program. And now they're looking at putting Ryan Seacrest on, at least for a little while, as the transition. They're going to go through this for a bit and see what the people think. And
He's got big shoes to fill.
He
there.
sure does. And he's got one heck of an agent. He gets everybody's job. So if I ever take a day off, don't be surprised if he's in here. And worldwide box office is headed for a marginal decline of about 3% this year. They're saying that less people are going out to see movies. Maybe it's because they keep remaking all the same things.
And there's nothing good. Like,
that could be.
How many times have we said, let's go to a movie tonight?
And then we look through, we're like, nope.
We're like, no thanks.
Let's just stay home.
Yeah.
Radiosavings.com brings us big screen, little screen. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Experts say that most successful marriages have 5 happy experiences for every 1 unhappy one. Would you say that we have that many?
I would say we do.
5 to 1.
Yeah.
5 happy experiences coming from Heidi, and 1 unhappy one usually coming from me. And then 10 minutes later, I'll apologize. I'm like, hey, sorry for being so crabby. And she's like, yeah, I was waiting for that. And the other day, I was just in a mood. I don't know what was going on. I had to come in. I think I had to apologize 3 times. I'm like, remember all that nonsense I said a few minutes ago? I don't know where that came from. 64% of people say a sense of humor is way more important than looks or intelligence in an apartment.
100%.
Wait a minute. So you're saying it doesn't matter if I look good or if I'm smart? It's more important to her that I have a good sense of humor?
It's super important.
Well, I got that going for me, which is nice. Because what were the other 2? Intelligence? Nope. Good looks? Not quite. I've got a face for radio and a body to match. All right. And the world's oldest man says the secret to his long life, rather. Do I just mention that I'm not smart? The secret to his long life is luck, moderation, and fish and chips every Friday. He's an Englishman, John Alfred Tinniswood. He's 111 years young, confirmed as the new holder of the title of the world's oldest man by Guinness World Records, following the death this month of the previous title holder, who was 114. Tinniswood, a retired accountant, said he's never smoked, he rarely drinks, and he follows no special diet apart from eating fish and chips for supper every Friday. So fish and chips. That apparently is the secret to a life that's
there
long.
you go.
I used to live next door to a man that was 106 years old. He sat out on his front porch smoking non-filtered cigarettes and drinking whiskey right out of the bottle.
I really don't think there is a secret. It's kind of your genes.
He died at
genetics
106.
Yeah.
All right. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Lisa Whelchel, you might remember from Facts of Life, from the TV show Survivor, and now from MeTV's Collector's Call, and Season 5 is out right now. Lisa, we talked before, I believe, the first season when it was just a concept, and we've chatted several times as new seasons have come out, and it's just been so fun to watch this go from an amazing concept to a very amazing TV program.
It really has, and what's been surprising to me is even though we filmed over 100 episodes, actually our 100th episode will air in August the collections just keep getting better and better. And that really shocked me. I think we're going to run out of great collections, but they just keep coming out of the woodworks. And so it's been in this season. I mean, I think it's the best season yet.
And for people who've not had a chance to watch Collector's Call on MeTV, let's talk about what this program is. And, we were just talking about collections, but what kind of collections? You get to go out on location, which is cool.
Yeah, we have found so many different collections. The ones coming up that are so exciting, we've got a horror and sci-fi toys this Sunday, which is a big hit with collectors. So many of them love the horror and sci-fi. That's not a genre that I'm very familiar with, so I always enjoy learning something about it. But I do know a lot about Weird Al, and his collection is the following week. And then there's also a collector of Star Wars, and then a collector of the TV show Survivor, which I was a contestant on, and so it's some really good collections coming up.
That is really cool. Now, the Weird Al collection, is it Weird Al's collection, or it's a collection of Weird Al stuff?
It's a collection of Weird Al stuff, but Weird Al actually has a little special visit. He recorded a special message to the collector, and not only that, but he sent a whole box of his own personal things from his own handwriting, from his own personal collection, I don't want to give it away, but it was from his own high school, something that he had saved for himself. So
nice.
It was an abundance of riches.
He seems like a really, really neat guy, and I love that there's somebody that has a collection of his, and now they've got some really special stuff in their collection. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So is there something that you guys are looking for, or is there something where you're going, man, we're trying to find somebody with the biggest collection of this, or how do you find the things that you find? Do they come to you, or do you go looking for them?
Both. I think that a lot of times there's a place on the MeTV Collectors Call website where you can kind of submission form, and that happens a lot. But then oftentimes, like let's say we find an incredible collection in Dallas, like we did film an incredible collection in Dallas this season. And so then the producers will look around. Are there any other within driving distance of Dallas, any other great collections? And the collectors community is so tight-knit. A lot of them will recommend, well, hey, have you seen this collection? You're going to want to film this one. So it comes from all different ways.
I love that. Now, I've got a silly question for you, because this is a collection that I didn't even know was a thing until I did an interview with the guy. I talked to the man who has the largest air sickness bag collection in America, and I didn't even know that was a collectible thing. Have you done anything silly like that?
Wow, that is totally niche. No, but not too far from that. Last season we had a guy who collected airplane, memorabilia, including an entire 747 jet interior.
Oh, wow.
But he had all of the different serving trays from the decades, all the different flight attendant uniforms over the decades, the different pilot uniforms. So he had a lot of stuff. I'm sure he would be very interested in that.
Yeah, that again, it's just amazing. I didn't know that people would collect such a thing, but I found this guy on the internet, and I talked to him, and I remember asking, like, what's your Mickey Mantle card? What's the hard thing to find? And it was the air sickness bag from the Space Shuttle Challenger. And he said, there is a guy in South America that has it, but he doesn't have it. So I was like, well, that's... So you get to talk to people who have fun stuff like this all the time. This has got to be one of the funnest jobs you've ever had.
You're right. It is. It absolutely is. It is so much fun. I learned so much. I blow up my kids' group text thread when I'm filming something, just sending pictures back to share, and they're all blown away as well. And
you've had some really fun jobs. Facts of Life, we mentioned Survivor, and now Collector's Call on MeTV. If somebody would like to tune in and catch the next episode, when do they tune in to find Collector's Call?
It's on 6:30, 5:30 Central on Sunday evenings.
Very nice. Lisa, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Again, Collector's Call. It is a really fun program on MeTV. It's on each Sunday evening, and it's at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. And I've got a link to all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back, or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
at bettercreditcards.com.
bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
KFC, also known as Kentucky Fried Chicken's Colonel Sanders, was born not in Kentucky, but in Indiana. So could have almost been Indiana Fried Chicken. That
Just
would have
didn't
been
have
weird.
the same ring to it.
Yeah, no. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to a study, most dogs reach peak cuteness between 6 weeks and 8 weeks old. So they decline.
We've got one coming to...
Is that about where she is?
Yeah, it's about where she is.
And she is super cute, but boy,
She's
oh boy.
so cute. She is
She
ornery.
is also just a ball of energy. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Kangaroos never stop growing. So they just keep getting bigger. And bigger and
Really?
bigger. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The queens of an ant colony live for about 30 years.
Oh,
Holy
that's
cow.
interesting.
I would have never known that
No,
if I hadn't
I
read
would
that
have
just
never
now.
thought that.
I don't think that's the saying, John, but we'll move on. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Canned baked beans are not actually baked. They are cooked through a steaming process. But steamed beans just doesn't sound good. All right. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. When asked, what superstitions do you believe in? 19% of people said this one. What do you think it is?
Superstitions.
Yeah, I've heard this one a lot too, by the way.
13 is an unlucky number.
No, bad things happen in threes. So when somebody dies, they're like, oh,
yeah,
that happens
those
in
two more
threes.
coming.
Like,
Yeah.
no, it happens in millions. You just don't know all of the others. All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Got a new phone or bring your current phone? At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A truck carrying over 100,000 salmon, like the fish that were alive, crashed in Oregon.
Oh, they were
and
alive.
It could have spelled disaster for these fish. They were intended to replenish local populations, but in a miraculous twist of fortune, over 70,000 of these fish landed in a nearby creek.
Oh, funny.
And they are expected to survive. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife say the truck was carrying spring Chinook smolts, or young salmon, in a life phase, which they transition from freshwater to the open ocean. The accident occurred on a sharp corner, with the truck rolling, then skidding on its side, and then going over a rocky embankment.
Yikes.
In a fortunate coincidence, the truck overturned close to Looking Glass Creek, a tributary of the Grand Ronde River. Around 77,000 of these salmon made it into the creek. They are expected to make their way to the ocean, just like they would have if they had been born in that creek. So they'll return in future years to spawn. The driver sustained minor injuries. I'm glad somebody asked about the driver.
Everybody's worried about the salmon.
I'm happy these fish are okay. What's the driver's dead? What? No, the driver's okay. He's good. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I skipped this last week, and then I had people asking why I didn't do it. So apparently this is what I'm doing on weekends now. Funniest tweets of the week from women. Like this one. I could never be a
Men
movie
must not
critic.
be funny.
I could never be a movie critic because almost every time I see a movie, I'm like, yeah, that was fun. And it's usually because I had popcorn and a big soda. How about this one? I can't believe I need to know the make and model of the airplanes I get on now. I barely know what kind of cars there are.
Isn't that sad? That's terrifying.
How about this one? Not fight, not flight, but a secret third option. I call my mom about it.
Oh, okay.
And we'll do one last thing here. I'm hearing the pandemic started 4 years ago, which is odd because I'm pretty sure it was either 800 years ago or maybe just yesterday. Yeah, depends on the day. Several funny tweets from women from this week. It's the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis by allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from a guy by the name of Abraham Lincoln. I've heard of him.
I've heard of him.
I see him all the time on money. On the penny. That's the only money I have.
I was going to say, I don't see him much.
He's on the $5 bill. We would see him once in a while. Here's his quote, though. He can compress the most words into the smallest idea of any man I know. Why are you pointing at me? All right, quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It's adorable. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's the headline. Restaurant's quest for mystery French fry girl ends in a heartwarming discovery. So this all started in Oklahoma at a place called Noble Smokin' Joe's Barbecue.
Okay.
They were bombarded with calls from children wanting the same peculiar request, French fries delivered to their doorstep. So
interesting.
It is. Summer Williams, the owner of the restaurant, found herself in the center of this really bizarre saga. She said, I picked up the phone and I got a call from a voice that sounded like it was a young child asking if I could get some French fries. I told her, yeah, I'd gladly do that, but I need to talk to an adult. And she goes, no, there's no adult close by. So day after day, she would get these calls. And the one girl turned into a couple of girls, and then one even pretended to be an adult. Yes, I am the adult. But this young lady, Williams, who owns the restaurant, devised a clever plan to figure out how to find out who it is. She says, I'm going to give a French fry party to your school, but I need to talk to your mom. And that's when one of them pretended to be the mom. She's like, oh, yeah, that's me. I'm the mom. Undeterred, she did get a crucial clue, the name of the dog, because there was a dog in the background that barked. And they found out that the dog's name is Beethoven. Well, now that she had this little bit of information and the entire world trying to help her find these girls, that is when, I'm going to see who it was here, Catherine Daly Elementary, so a teacher from that school, identified the hungry culprits as Miley and Emily and Linda. And they did get to have a French fry party, but she said, the lady that owns the store said, I had no idea this would become a worldwide sensation. All because a girl called and said, I want some French fries.
I kind of admire these girls. I'm not going to lie.
I could see Heidi doing this.
I definitely would have done this when I was a kid.
Even today, almost at 50, she would still do this.
This is they are my favorite food. I'm not going to lie. It's
and there's a photo of the three girls with the lady that owns the thing, and it's a neat story. I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.